We were not made to walk alone. God designed us for connection. We need each other. Like a single thread that is easily broken, we find our strength when woven together with others. This need for community is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of wisdom. It shows we understand a fundamental truth. We are stronger, better, and more resilient when we have friends by our side. Friends who lift us up. Friends who walk with us through the valleys. Friends who celebrate with us on the mountaintops. This is the way it was meant to be. Think about a time you faced a difficult task. Did you try to handle it all by yourself? Maybe you felt the weight of the world on your shoulders, a heavy burden to carry. Now, imagine sharing that load. Imagine a friend stepping in to help, offering a hand or a word of encouragement. The task suddenly seems less daunting, doesn't it? The burden feels lighter. This is the simple, beautiful power of friendship. It doesn't remove the challenges from our path, but it gives us the strength and courage to face them head-on, knowing we are not alone in the fight. In the year 1948, this very truth became clear to four friends. Their names were Billy Graham, Grady Wilson, George Beverly Shea, and Cliff Barrows. They were young men with a big dream. They wanted to share a message of hope with the world, but they knew that such a great calling came with great responsibility. They understood that their work could only succeed if it was built on a solid foundation. And for them, that foundation was not just their faith. It was also their deep and abiding friendship with one another. They knew they needed each other to stay true to their mission. Their story is a powerful reminder for all of us. No matter what our work is, whether it's in an office, a school, a home, or a church, we need people we can trust. We need companions for the journey, people who will hold us accountable, people who will speak the truth in love, people who will remind us of who we are and what we are called to do. This kind of friendship is a priceless gift. It is the bedrock upon which great things can be built, a safe harbor in the storms of life. It's a gift from God. It was in a small room in Modesto, California, that these four friends made a decision. It was a decision that would shape their lives and their work for decades to come. They didn't just talk about their good intentions. They wrote them down. They created a set of promises, a pact of integrity. This agreement came to be known as the Modesto Manifesto. It was not a complicated legal document. It was a simple, heartfelt commitment, a promise to God and a promise to each other. They wanted to ensure their work would always be honorable and pure. The manifesto was their roadmap for staying on the right path. They made promises about how they would handle money, making sure everything was open and honest. They agreed to be careful in their personal lives, avoiding any situation that could cause harm or lead to gossip. They committed to working with local churches and not against them. Most importantly, they promised to hold each other accountable to these standards. They chose to be their brother's keepers. They understood that integrity was not a solo act. It was a team effort, requiring constant support and vigilance. This pact was born out of their friendship. It was a testament to the trust they shared. Each man knew he had weaknesses. Each man knew he could make mistakes. But they also knew that together they were stronger. They gave each other permission to ask the hard questions. They gave each other the authority to offer correction when needed. This was not about judgment. It was about protection. It was about love. They wanted to protect their mission, their families, and their own hearts from the temptations that could so easily lead them astray. Their story shows us something vital. Trust is the glue that holds any meaningful endeavor together. When we work with people we trust, we can be open and honest. We don't have to pretend to be perfect. We can admit when we need help. We can rely on others to have our backs. This kind of trust creates a safe space for growth and collaboration. The Modesto Manifesto was more than just a set of rules. It was a declaration of trust. It was a statement that said, "I need you to help me be the best person I can be." Have you ever had a friend tell you something you didn't want to hear? Perhaps it was a gentle warning or a piece of difficult advice. In that moment, it might have stung a little. Our pride can make it hard to accept correction. But the Bible tells us that the wounds from a friend can be trusted. A true friend doesn't just tell you what you want to hear. A true friend tells you what you need to hear. This is one of the most valuable aspects of community. It's the gift of honest counsel from people who genuinely care about our well-being. The four friends from Modesto lived out this principle. Their manifesto wasn't just a piece of paper they signed and forgot. It was a living agreement that guided their interactions. If one of them saw another struggling or making a poor choice, he had a duty to speak up. This honesty was not meant to tear down. It was meant to build up. It was a safety net woven from threads of mutual respect and love. They knew that small compromises could lead to big failures, so they relied on each other to spot the warning signs and help each other stay on course. Think of it like this. When you are driving a car, you have blind spots. There are areas you simply cannot see on your own. You rely on your mirrors and on turning your head to see what's hidden. In life, we all have blind spots too. We have weaknesses and patterns of thinking that we can't always see in ourselves. That is why we need friends. They act as our mirrors. They can see things from a different perspective and point out dangers we might have missed. Accepting their advice is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of humility and wisdom. This is how we grow stronger, both as individuals and as a community. When we create a culture where it is safe to give and receive encouragement and advice, everyone benefits. We learn from each other's experiences. We gain new insights. We are protected from making foolish mistakes. The success of Billy Graham's worldwide ministry was not just due to one man's talent. It was due to a team of friends who were committed to keeping each other humble, honest, and faithful to their shared calling. They embraced the strength found in honest counsel. The story of the Modesto Manifesto is more than just a historical account. It is a timeless lesson about the power of friendship and integrity. The legacy of these four men is not just in the stadiums they filled or the lives they touched. Their truest legacy is in the example they set. They showed us that what we build together matters more than what we achieve alone. They demonstrated that a commitment to honesty, accountability, and mutual support is the foundation for any work that is meant to last. Their friendship was the engine that powered their life's work. We can apply these same principles in our own lives today. In our families, our workplaces, and our neighborhoods, we have the opportunity to build communities of trust. It starts with a simple choice. The choice to be a person of integrity. The choice to be a trustworthy friend. The choice to be open to advice and quick to offer encouragement. When we make these choices, we create ripples of positive change that extend far beyond ourselves. We begin to build something strong and beautiful, something that honors God and serves others. Imagine what our communities could look like if we all committed to helping each other. Imagine if we saw each other not as competitors, but as partners on the same journey. The challenges we face, whether big or small, would seem much less intimidating. We would find joy in shared successes and comfort in shared struggles. This is the kind of world God calls us to create. A world where we bear one another's burdens. A world where we sharpen one another as iron sharpens iron. A world where our relationships are defined by grace and truth. Let the story of those four friends in Modesto inspire you. Let it be a call to action. Look around you. Who are the people God has placed in your life? Reach out to them. Invest in those friendships. Be willing to be vulnerable. Be willing to be held accountable. Together, we can build a legacy of integrity. We can show the world the incredible power of friendship. We can accomplish far more together than we ever could apart, for we truly, deeply need one another. This is our strength. This is our calling.